Hey guys, it's me Sam, and today I'm going to be doing my Booktube-a-thon TBR. So this is my first time doing the Booktube-a-thon, and I'm really excited because my week next week is going to fit perfectly in with the Booktube-a-thon schedule. I only am working evenings for most of the week, so that's perfect. Nice short shifts. I should have plenty of time to read. And my boyfriend's away, so I'm not going to have him disrupting me either, so that'll be perfect time to do a readathon. So I think this will be the first time I'm officially joining in with any readathon on top of being in the Booktube-a-thon, so I'm really excited to do this, and I'm hoping to succeed. I doubt I'm going to be able to read 7 books because I'm just not that kind of reader, but I'm going to try really hard to do it. If I read a lot of graphic novels, I could probably do it, but we'll see. So I'm going to get started on my TBR. So obviously my TBR is subject to change just based on my reading mood because I have a mood reader, but that's why I put off doing this video until almost as late as I could. So yeah, let's get started. So the first challenge for the Booktube-a-thon this year is read a book with a person on the cover, and for that I'm going to read Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I found this at my library recently, and V.E. Schwab is now one of my new favorite authors because of the Darker Shade of Magic series. So I'm super excited to pick this one up, and there is a sequel in the works, so I definitely think it is timed to pick up Vicious by V.E. Schwab. It seems a little bit chunky, just a little, so I'm hoping that this will be a good choice. And I think I can fly through it because I have loved V.E. Schwab's other books, so I'm definitely thinking this is a good choice. The second challenge this year is to read a hyped book, and the book that I'm choosing for this one is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I have been meaning to read this book all year, and it is on my books that I need to read by the end of 2017 goals list, so I definitely need to start this and get going. I really want to read this series, or at least this first book, before I read Six of Crows, so I get an idea of the Grishaverse. So I definitely think this would be a good time to pick up Shadow and Bone. This one doesn't seem too long, and I think I could fly right through it, so I'm excited to get to this one. The third challenge is to finish a book in one day, and for that one I am choosing Volume 1 of Death Note. I've heard so much about this manga series, and I'm super excited to pick it up. Netflix is doing a movie about it, and there is definitely the anime that I could watch too, so I'm very excited to pick this one up, and I really want to get into it. I've heard so much about it. This could also go in the other first 2 categories because there's a person on the cover, and it's definitely a hyped up manga series. So I'm excited to get to this one, and I definitely can finish this one in a single day. The next challenge in the Booktube-a-thon is to read a book about somebody who is different from you, and for this one I am going to pick Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Colehurst. I have this one on my e-reader, and I have been dying to read it since it came out last year, and it includes a female-female romance, which is something that's different for me. And that's super exciting, and I'm really excited to get to this one. And this one seems a little chunky too. I looked it up, and I think it has almost 400 pages as well. So we'll see if I finish all of these books, but we'll see. So the next challenge is to read a book completely outdoors. And a lot of people have been upset about the challenge, but I'm super excited because I just moved to a new apartment, and we have a beautiful deck, and I'm super excited to be able just to hang out on the deck and read. Most of these books will probably be read completely outdoors, but the one I'm choosing specifically for this challenge is Volume 1 of Darth Vader. I bought this graphic novel eons ago, it feels like, and it is definitely time that I pick this one up. I love Darth Vader, who really doesn't? I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm excited to get to this one and finally take it off of my TBR pile. And of course, it's a graphic novel, super short, and I'll definitely fly right through this. The next BookTube challenge is to read a book you bought because of the cover. I don't buy a lot of books. As you can see, my shelf is quite small. I live in my library, so I went to my library and picked out a book that I thought I would really enjoy, and I picked out Sailor Moon Volume 1. Obviously, Sailor Moon has an adorable cover. Sailor Moon's on it. How can you do any wrong? So I'm really excited to get into this series. I have definitely watched this as a kid, and it's been a long time since I was in that world. So I'm really excited to get back into it and try it, and definitely to try it out again and to see if I fall back in love with Sailor Moon. And the last challenge is to read 7 books in a week. I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but I do have a few options for a 7th book. So obviously the book that I'm reading right now is Frost-like Night by Sarah Roche. I just started this book like last night, so I might still be reading it at the time of the Booktube-a-thon. So if I am, maybe I'll be finishing this one during that time. I also, right now, I have The Crown by Kira Cass from my audiobook on audiobooks, so I'll probably be listening to that during the week of the Booktube-a-thon, and it's only about 4 hours, so I should be able to fly through that one. And what else? Yeah, I have a few other things I'm waiting for from the library, so these might make appearances during my Booktube-a-thon. I'm waiting for When Dimple Met Rishi, as well as The Flame in the Mist. So those ones might come in during the Booktube-a-thon, and I might bump them up onto my TBR. We'll find out when we'll see when we get to that point. Yeah, so that's everything on my TBR. I really hope that I can get to 7 books this week, and I'm really excited to get started. So have a great Booktube-a-thon, and good luck with all your guys' TBRs. I'll see you next week, and I'm hoping to be vlogging during the Booktube-a-thon, so maybe you'll be able to see that next week. Okay, have a great day. Bye!